Hey, Dustin. Let me turn it around for a second. Um, we'll give it a few minutes, see if anybody else pops in. Um, can you hear me okay? Good morning, afternoon, whatever it is where you at. Good morning, good morning. Whew. Okay, cool. Let's make sure the sound is good. Yeah, I'll give a tour here in a minute. I'm gonna just wait and see if anybody else pops in, and then I'll go around the truck. And yeah, you can watch it. Thanks for the thumbs up as usual. Guys, anybody coming in or rewatching this later on? I know I'm ashy. I'm on a 34-hour reset, and I'm gonna do a quick tour of the Volvo, and then I gotta go do some laundry. I was gonna go ahead and head into Lubbock, but then they told my other load picks up tomorrow, and I was like, well, I done already slept 10 hours in, because then where I'm dropping it is where I'm also picking up the next empty, and I gotta head to Amarillo. So it just made more sense to reset where I'm at. I wish you told me yesterday, because I would have reset in Albuquerque at Route 56, and then I would have been ahead, even more ahead of the game. But like I said, communication is the biggest issue with a small company. One, because they don't have a big staff. They don't have a big staff. So because I was just gonna limp the load in there and get it in Saturday, which is today. It would have got in today, this afternoon sometime. I was waiting till last night, then I only got like a couple of hours, and finally, I forgot what time the other hours came back in, so I had just enough to get it into Lubbock. But by that time, I had read my new message about doing the reset, and everything just made sense to go ahead and do the reset. Hey, Chicago BBW, aka Miss Tasha, how you doing, baby? I'm gonna do a real quick tour here, and then I'm gonna go do some laundry. And I'm gonna grab me a sub afterwards. I'm doing a reset here in Santa Rosa. I think it's Santa Rosa, New Mexico. It's on the border of the I-40 and the US Highway 84. And then once I get on my 34-hour reset, I'm going to head on into Lubbock, drop this load, pick up another trailer, and head out. So I'm going to do my laundry here in Santa Rosa. But I'll give you a quick truck tour. Y'all don't judge it. I mean, it's not as neat as I usually would have it. But I got other stuff I got to do. And I still don't have all my organization stuff from Arizona. I'm going to probably go ahead and buy a microwave instead of wait to go home to Arizona, because if for any reason things don't work out, I can just always have an extra microwave in Lubbock. My dad could just have it. Microwaves are dirt cheap now. I can get a microwave for $40-some at Walmart. So I'm probably going to do that. And that way I can, because right now, the only reason I have stuff in the refrigerator, but I have cold stuff like sandwiches and lettuce, tomato, onion. No, I don't have onion. I have lettuce, tomato, salsa, but I don't have any things that I can make hot. And there's times when I just really crave a hot meal. And right now I'm probably going to get me they have those meatball setups that at Subway. They got a Popeyes here too. All right, I'm going to turn this around. Okay. So let's do it again. I haven't made my bed because I just got up not that long ago. So back here is the bunk, and it is a single sleeper. So the bed ain't made up now, but it's a single sleeper bunk back here, and I ain't worried about making it up. That's my CPAP machine over there. What I have to do is when I drive, they don't really have, turn that light on, they don't have a ledge. So I actually have to take my CPAP and sit it up here at night. And then I just sit it on some towels. And then when I drive, I put it back down. After I make the bed, I put it down there between some pillows. This is where the microwave is supposed to. Okay, so this is where the microwave is going to go. Right now, I got my bread up here. Do that. So I'm probably going to drop some of that down below. And then what I'm probably going to do is get a little bin and put like the bread and any condiments in it, and either sit it up here on the floor. This is laundry. And that's the driving area. Up here is the storage. This is what I don't like. The storage in this Volvo is not as much as it was in a Freightliner. And they have cabinets up here. Now, this is okay, but you see I'm 5'2", 5'3", so I'm short, so I can't even see what I put up here. But I know I got stuff up there. And that top little shelf, I can't really, I'm going to probably get some little bins I can, kind of pull out. and they got one over here. And I use this for cleaning supplies. And I'm putting my hats right there. I told y'all I had a little spray thing. Had that right there. But these I like. I like this right here. I put my seasoning right here. My condiments I'm putting over here. This is like my hand sanitizer and eyeglass stuff I put there. I put my meds up here. They do have a sunroof. So that's a sunroof. And you can slide that thing up. I keep it closed all the time. They have the windows up here. And those have sunshades too. I like the way their sunshades are. They're like permanent in their plastic. I'll show y'all. So here's one here. Slide up, slide down. Okay, I slide up and down. So I like that. What I don't like, let me hop on the bed real quick. Up on top, that's storage. And that's a cubby storage. They left that there. And so these cabinets were the same cabinets they would use for a single sleeper truck. I mean, a dual sleeper truck. So that up there would be the ledge for if you had a top bunk. And that's like the little cubby for the top bunk too. They do have the AC vents up there for the top bunk, which I think that's good because that keeps your air circulating. This is where your TV would go. I have my backpack and my shower bag in here. So this is like my laptop bag and my shower. And they do have the mount if you want to put a TV up in here. This right here, I'm presuming this is be like for a DVD player or something like that, or if you get satellite TV. This is my closet space, which isn't, y'all see, that's my closet space. It does have a hanger, but I don't hang, I fold everything in stack. I wish they would have had this shelving in here. They don't. And then I put my socks here. Okay. Down below, I use this as a shoe cabinet and for my distilled water for my CPAP. Let's see. This is the refrigerator. This is the refrigerator. And y'all can see I got, like I said, I had a veggie area. I got the freezer. I'm going to have to defrost because it's starting to get frost in there. Got the side over here. And they got that. I'm going to wipe it up because it looks like something spilled. But like when I got lettuce and tomato and I got some ham in here. And some water. It does have its own rug. I eat sunflower seeds, so y'all have to forgive me. It has a little rug down here that it came with. And then they have a plastic mat underneath that. I put my rugs, y'all know I told you I'm a rug person. I don't like walking on the floor. But underneath here is a mat system that they have on here, which I like. So that keeps it clean. And it came pre-installed with this is like godsend. So like when you're trying to clean, it's like an air blower. That's like a godsend in the truck. You blow out most of your dust, and my air blower is your friend. So that came pre-installed, which most companies don't have that pre-installed. So I do have storage under the bunk. I'll have to do that another day because I'm not lifting my bunk right now. And under the bunk is where the let me turn this around. I think I'll give y'all a tour. And that's the seat over there. Right now my laundry bag is in it. And let me take it out. Hold on. So right now I just got the bottles right there, empty bottles. I use it in case you tinkle, and you can pour your tinkle in there. Empty bottles. This is a seat. Now this seat does not come with the armrest. And then y'all see I got just some junk right now. I got paper towel and my wallet and some stuff, but trash can. Let me turn this around. Hold on. There we go. Turn around. All right, there we go. Let me see if y'all said anything. I'm sorry if I missed any comments. Hold on. All right. Y'all know who's in here. Some people might see it later on. I wanted to go in and get the tour over with and get that done because I said I was going to do it. And then today I'll go do my 411 video here after I do laundry. I'm at TA right now. And there's a Love's across the street. I got a free shower. I've been thinking about going over there and doing that. Or I might pick up the load and then go get a shower on the way with the load and just stop at a Love's and shower on the way tomorrow. So pretty much I'm going into Lubbock and going out. I don't have to really deal with my dad right now. I talked to him, he's fine. Sitting there probably morning doing whatever he do. Because he called me this morning. Hey, you here in Lubbock yet? I'm going to Griffith's for some breakfast. I was seeing if you made it in and you want to go have breakfast. I said, no, I'm going to reset here. And it just really, because of how they gave me the load, when I woke up this morning, I looked at it, I thought about it, it's like, if I leave, I've already wasted 11 hours. And so I might as well go ahead and do the full reset here. And the load doesn't pick up till the 31st in the evening, but if I get there, sometimes Tyson has the load ready early. So if I leave out of here to get the load when it's supposed to get it in, because this load is due Sunday. If I leave out of here, get the load in Sunday, then I can just pick the trailer up at the same place I'm dropping at, get a trailer, pop the hell up out of there, and then go on ahead to Amarillo. So I'm hoping that when I come in, I'll call Tyson, because sometimes they'll tell me the load is ready, going to be ready in the evening, and Tyson will have that load ready hours before. So if that's the case, I can grab the trailer and then bounce. If not, I'll grab the trailer and just go up to Griffiths and park, and then wait, or either head on to Amarillo and wait in Amarillo. But I'm going to do laundry because I usually do laundry in Lubbock, but I was like, it didn't make any sense because the way they would have it, I would be doing my reset right to the last minute. I don't like that. If I wish I would have known that's what I was doing, I would have done it yesterday and just reset in Albuquerque, and that would have worked much better. But it's okay because this is cutting it a little closer than what I normally would do for a reset to go pick up a load. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, it's roomy for one person. I would prefer better storage. There is more room in between the seats than what's inside of a Freightliner. The bunk, the bed, the mattress on the Volvo mattress. Oh my God, it's so I don't know what they do to it. And it's funny because I was talking to JC-elect Jose, and he said the mattresses on the Volvos are the truth. They are for a trucker. That's a really good mattress that came with the truck. Not no chintzy cheap ass mattresses like what you be getting at most places. And the older, the starter companies, they ain't gonna give you the most expensive mattress anyway, and they ain't gonna be usually very thick. I know, like for that top bunk for the starter company I was with, that mattress like this. Every time I got a student, I just kept going back and getting another mattress until I had 3 mattresses together. I put them in like a bug-proof allergy cover, and that's what that way my students they just use the same mattress until I had it thick enough, because I felt, to drive, you got to sleep half-ass comfortably. If you ain't sleeping good because your damn bed is a damn brick, it's not gonna work. The bed is a damn brick. So yeah, it's not a bad truck. Like I said, the one thing I like, the lighting in here. I like the Volvo did a nice job. The only thing I don't like is the storage. What I think should have happened is when they lost that top bunk, they should have put shelves up there where the top bunk is. And I think I can't remember, because I didn't have a single sleeper when I was with the Oklahoma company. I had a dual sleeper for that 2019 Freightliner. It was new too. And I used the top bunk as storage. But I think in the new Freightliner single sleeper, I believe there's cabinets up around where the bunk area is. And that would be ideal for this Volvo. It would be ideal. The other thing I would have liked is they could have lost that plastic stuff on top and just made it like a ledge, so that if you want to put something up there and you could secure it with maybe some of this nylon stuff they have, or this, netting. I would have preferred that. That's the only thing. There's just some storage things I would have done. And like I said, I would have liked the shelves in there for the clothing. I'd roll my clothes, and you see how I had them stacked. And I stack them, so then, you get to them, but I would have liked something where I can separate. Anyway, but otherwise, very nice truck. I like the fact they put the matting in here, because there's still the rubber underneath it, but then they actually put a rubber matting system in here. And then even that rug by the bunk, it's a soft rug, semi-soft, and it's a heavy rubber matting, but I can take that and wash it. So I like that, because like I said, if you A lot of us, we have to tinkle in either you're using a urinal or you're tinkling in a cup or you're using a funnel in a cup, and then you funnel that back into a bottle or something and throw it out. And truckers, stop throwing your piss bottles on the side of the road. Throw it in the trash. Throw it in the trash. Stop. I be sitting up here whining, is this trucker throwing this on the side of the road? It just really irks the hell out of me. And, throw your shit in the trash. Oh, y'all, forgive me. And I had to brush my teeth. I think I'm going to do that when I come back. Eat my sub and then brush my teeth. I did wipe my face. And I got to get some baby wipes. I need to get trash bags. So, when I get into Lubbock, depending on the time, I may go over to Wally World and pick up some things. If not, when I come through, I got to go through New Mexico. And there's a really good Walmart. I forgot what city that is. On the right-hand side, we got truck parking. And I can go park there and run inside. I need to get Ziplocs, trash bags, baby wipes. So, we'll do that. Trash bags for sure. Well, I have some up there. I have to look. I should have took like a whole bunch of them $100 trash bags he gave me that money for. I took a few. And then I just go to Walmart and get some cheap ones. Anyway, that's it. But yeah, this is the truck tour pretty much. And I passed out last night. And then I was going to get up. I did get up at 11 and I saw I only had 2 hours, or midnight. I only had 2 hours available to drive and I needed 3. I needed at least 4. And then so the 4 hours didn't come in until like 1 something in the morning, whatever time it was here. They didn't come in until later. So yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take this laundry up in here, do it, sorted out my quarters, got the laundry together. And that's all I do on a 34-hour reset anyway. Matter of fact, I semi-clean the truck because I organized. I still had those bags and stuff. I still got bags in the corner on the bed that I have to go through and organize. But some of what you see me finally kind of feeling out where I'm going to put this, where I'm going to put that. And like I said, up in that cabinet area, the top part, because I'm short, if I put something up there, I ain't going to be able to see it. So what I'm going to do is get those shoe bins, like this, and just be able to put something in. So it could be a knick-knack area. Actually, it actually might even be a good condiment area or for spices. So I might move the spices from there to there. But I'm going to pick up burritos by a company, I think it's called, but I call them Big Sur burritos. They got some really good breakfast burritos. And it's vegetarian. I love it. So I get those. And sometimes I eat them for dinner. They're really good. And that's a nice hot little thing. And then I also was getting some of the frozen bowls, like they had some frozen veggie or Asian bowls, and you could do that. So I was getting that too. But yeah, so other than that, like I said, it's a nice little truck. It's not bad at all. I'm going to have to probably do a defrost on my next 34 hours and defrost the freezer because it's getting kind of icy. Other than that, this is a nice truck. And like I said, it only had 25 miles when I got the thumbs up. And that's it. Oh, I'm going to mention one thing about Grumpy Smurf. This is for, hey, Queen Status. Oh, you can go back and see it. Welcome to the channel. Where you at in the country? Because I don't think I've seen you before, Queen Status. Where you at in the country? Tell us where you at. Yeah, you can go back and see that part. I'm going to talk about Grumpy here in a minute. Grumpy's my dad if you ain't watched it. Oh, hey, I got peoples in Tennessee. I got a school teacher. She's a retired school teacher out there. Yeah, I've been in Memphis. I used to, the Swift terminal used to be right near Mrs. Fields Chicken, whatever it was, right there. Matter of fact, that's back in 2010, 11. That's where I tested out at. And I got the new Volvo I had back then. Yeah. I had a brand new Volvo and it was a single sleeper too. Yeah, Mrs. Fields. They don't, that's not there anymore in Memphis. That at least the one that was next to the Swift yard. And Swift bought that, and I think they expanded their little trucking school there from the last time I was there. So that's gone. But I used to like that little Mrs. Fields chicken dinner and go over there. Yeah, but I usually stay at when I come through there, I stayed at that TA. I hate that TA. It's ghetto as hell. Can you say that? Because there's times, and I know I'm fat as hell, y'all. I know, but there's times when I'm out of that meat vibe, and I like fried. Like I said, I don't do a lot of fried foods. Every so often, I'll get a craving like fried chicken on the bone. I'm not big on that. Um, I do like sometimes I'll do the chicken tenders, which is just the fried breast. But even that, I kind of you get burnt out on fried chicken for me. My best friend, she's like, "Girl, I love me some fried chicken." I'm like, "Girl, you gone?" Because I'm not now. I'm trying to think. I get cravings for certain. Now I like chicken salad. Now, if it's a good chicken salad, I could eat that on a regular basis. Um, like the one that they used to make at Costco that was kind of semi-sweet. I like that one. And it don't always have to be sweet. It just has to be a really good, well-made chicken salad. Um, and not too much creamy stuff in there. I don't. I like it seasoned well. I don't want it just where it's gooey with mayonnaise or whatever, Miracle Whip or whatever they doing. Um, but my favorite, I'm thinking right now, like even steaks. Sometimes I have a craving for a steak, but there's a point where I don't want to be bothered with heavy meat. And I can't explain that. And maybe y'all know it. It sometimes feels like you got a brick in your stomach. I don't know. I can't explain it. When I was down with the fractured ankle, it felt like sometimes I had a brick in my stomach. Oh no, don't chicken out. Well, I mean, do you drive a regular car? Okay, so I'm gonna talk a little bit. Do you drive a regular car? And I'm talking to Queen, y'all. They say this. If you're watching this, whether now, later, in the future, please hit the subscribe button, hit that bell, give me a thumbs up, and share it out. Once we get up to 1,000 viewers, 1,000 subscribers on here, I'm going to do a sweepstakes or a giveaway. I don't know however you want to say it. I don't say sweepstakes. Let's say a giveaway. And I'm going to do a drawing. I'm going to do what's called a giveaway video. Everybody who puts comments, I'm going to put your name in a hat, shake it up, draw it out, and I'm going to give you something that I use on the truck almost, if not, found it at Wally World, and for truckers, when I show it to you, it's the bomb. And for one person, it's cool, and I'm gonna show y'all how I use it. Anyway, okay, so you drive a regular vehicle. Do you consider yourself a good driver regularly for your regular driving a regular, I call it four wheeler, your regular status car truck? You consider yourself a decent driver for that? I'm gonna tell you my story on, and because I had fear of coming into trucking. I wanted to do it, but I was scared. But I'm gonna tell me. I want to know what you. Okay, so let me talk to you. Okay, so when I first started out, I was laid off from a company. I had been a supervisor at, and I was laid off out of a telecommunication company. I had a choice to go work at the time. Bank of America offered me to come and work for them. I did not accept the position because I had also went and investigated trucking school, and that's something I wanted to do. Now, I at that time was in my 40s, so maybe it was a midlife crisis. I don't know, but I wanted something different. I was tired of the politics in office. I was tired of all the drama in offices. You go in there and give everything you got, and then it was just a whole bunch of drama. You got people who get jealous and all the drama that was going on in the office. So I was in my 40s. So, okay, so you're 48. All right, so you're feeling me. Um, Everything happens for a reason. I had investigated the trucking school I went to almost back in somewhere in there. Okay. And I was working for Charles Schwab at the time. I went to the school, investigated it, and I didn't really financially, I didn't see it feasible because it was around 10 grand. It was expensive. And at that time, I would only qualify for so much financial aid, and I would have had to come out the pocket with the rest of the money. And I was like, you know. So I went ahead, kept working for Schwab. Then I bought my house. Then I moved and worked for this telecommunication company. Things went sideways. I was in the market where I was so upside down in my house. I didn't ever see making the money out. I had like $160,000 mortgage, and all the houses around me were foreclosing. People were leaving. The community was like a ghost town. And like many other people, I turned the house back over to the mortgage company. I'm just going to be honest. I walked away. I had to walk away. My house was now, the houses around me, 2 stories, and I was in a 1 stories were selling for 20 and 30,000, and I'm in $160,000 mortgage. Okay, so the value of my house is I'm wasting money. Okay. I also had a variable rate mortgage because the goal of me was not to stay in it. I was only staying in the house for a period of time, and then the goal was I was going to flip it. Well, that wasn't going to be possible within the time frame that I saw. Once the layoff happened, I walked away from all of it. I ended up rooming with a friend of mine, and Bank of America was one of the companies that offered coming to work for them. But I also went back to that same trucking school and another one. And a friend of mine said something that challenged me. She said, "Girl, you've been talking about this forever. Why your ass scared?" That's what she said. And I'm thinking, I am scared. I am scared. And I'm one of those people that even in relation, when I dated, when I was out there doing what I did, hey, yeah, you feel me? I always, even if I kind of had question marks about the person, I always had that, well, what if it does work? And I would try it. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. I'm going to work with you or I'm not. And I would try it. Now, you learn from those things. You learn what to look for in a person. I mean, that's just part of growing up. And you learn what you're willing to deal with, what you're not, vice versa. They learn the same thing about you. Well, it's the same thing with trying something different. You have to sometimes just jump out. You know, it's kind of like, and not to get too religious on y'all, it's kind of like when Jesus was walking on the water. I think was it Peter? Was it Peter? I think it was Peter. I think it was Peter. And Peter wanted to go out there. He's like scared. But he like seeing Jesus walk on the water. He's scared. Like, and God like, dude, I got you. Come on out here on this water. If I'm doing it, you think I'm gonna let you drown? Come on out here on this water. Sometimes we gotta step out the boat that's comfortable and try something new to see who we are. And the thing about it, and I was watching TD Jakes kind of talk about this in an interview he did with Stephen Furtick, that his son was going to college for one thing, and he said to TD Jakes' dad, he said, "Dad, what if I'm going to school for the wrong thing?" And his dad said, "At least you gave it a shot." See, part of the journey is we have to take steps, because that part of it, to take those steps, is part of how we learn to grow. And if it works, it works. And if it don't, it was just part of the journey. So, how can I put this? There are things that every last one of us have done in this life that have worked. There are things that we've done in this life that haven't worked. The ultimate question is, did you learn from it? And what did you learn? And how did that help you? So, and y'all see, I've got some of my Christian hat on, some of the minister hat on right now. As we get older, I'm 50. You said you're 48. As we get older and you start looking back over your life, the good, the bad, the ugly, all the stuff that has happened to you has all culminated to this moment in time for you to be who you are. And you look back and understand, I had to go through the good, the bad, and the ugly to be where I'm at today. Because had I not gone through that, I couldn't have got to this point. So you see some people who live in their foolishness, kind of like my biological father, and they stay in it, but others step out the boat and they trust God to say, I got you. Even if you fail in this, I got you. It's all part of the journey. It's not always going to be perfect. Maybe you get out here and this ain't for you. Maybe you get out here and you hate it. There's people that go to trucking school, they come out, they get on it, they do the externship, and they go, oh, hell to the no, this is not for me. I remember when I started back at Swift in 2010, the lady was on the phone, one of the people, and I had a student with me. She was on the phone with a guy who was a student. And he's like, yeah, I'm going home. This ain't for me. He didn't realize how it was being away from his family doing this. Some people realize this is a small environment alcohol problem. Anthony's father was a trucker. Anthony decided to try trucking. Okay. He came into it. He loved the driving. What he hated was his space. He said it was too claustrophobic for him. So he was spending an exorbitant amount of money when he stopped to stay at a hotel because he didn't like being in the truck. So he then made a plan to get out of the truck. And it took him, how much money to save up and then to transition to something else because he knew this wasn't for him because he couldn't, this space was too small for him. He was too claustrophobic. That might be an issue for you. Maybe the hours over the road might be an issue for you. There's a lot of stuff that could come up. But overall, you got to decide if it's something to risk to step out the boat and give it a try. If it's something you're interested in, there may be a reason why. Then once you come into the trucking game, you get to find out about all the bull crap with it. But then you just got to find your fit. Like right now, there's aspects of this company that I'm not too fond of because it's just because they're small. Like the communication, that's huge for me. Like if you could have communicated to me day before yesterday, I would have reset in Albuquerque and we would be ahead of the game. Now I'm doing kind of a last minute reset. Then I'm a haul butt into Lubbock, drop this trailer, get that trailer. I could have reset there and saved a little bit more money on my laundry, but it's okay. And I could have done some things that I do in Lubbock, but now it's just like get in, get out because I got work to do. But that's some communication stuff. But you got to put up with a little bit of something. So in the grand scheme, compared to the starter company that I was with or compared to the one that I was going to do the lease purchase deal with the sorry truck that I hated that International. In the grand scheme, comparing these guys to that, good equipment, good trailers, runs where I know the run I'm doing. I mean, I know what I do. I know where I'm going. It's not, there may be some new places, but I've run Cali before. Some of the places they've gone, I've gone to with either, if not with the starter company, when I was with Pride or when I was with the Oklahoma company. So I'm familiar with it. I've now gotten familiar with Tyson. You start building, they see you on a regular basis. Hey, how you doing? And you go get the same, you go through the same procedure. So it becomes routine, and that's a lot better than all of a sudden you at somewhere and don't know where the hell you're going. Step out the boat if this is something that's really there for you to do and just try it. We only get a certain window on this planet. And so to me, give it a try. If you can afford to give it a try, give it a try. Now I'm going to tell you your first year, you're not going to make as much money. I'm going to tell you your first year, you're usually going to put up with shenanigans at the starter company, especially Swift. I do have contacts at Swift, so talk to me in the background. You can hit me up, by the way, you can hit me up, just look for Trucker Doll, get me on Facebook, and then send me a messenger. My main name on Facebook is Getting Saucy, but that's because I have a barbecue sauce I'm working. That's going to be something else I'll be working on here in the near future. But go ahead, and if this is something that's really, and I'm going to read your comments here in a minute, if this is something you really, really want to do, step out your boat. Now, if you can go to a trucking school opposed to a trucking company school, you to see about the grants usually it's at your unemployment offices. There are grants to get into trucking, and sometimes they will be enough to cover a good trucking school. Like I said, my friend's husband went to trucking school, and a good one, for free. I had people I was going to trucking school with, and I was unemployed. I wish I would have known, that took the money from the financial aid, pocketed it, and went to trucking school for free on the grant. So they were able to use the money from the trucking school to pay for their housing, getting back and forth. Ultimately they're using financial aid for what it's for. It's to aid you in whatever housing and other stuff. But they were able to pocket it in a different way opposed to pay for the school. But don't become so fearful. And I was scared. I was scared of mountains because I had a fear of mountains. I was scared of a lot of stuff. Don't let fear stop you from achieving the thing that you're supposed to do. And this, again, it might just be part of the journey. It just might be part of the journey. You might get out here, go through this, learn some things. Have I learned some things? I've learned a lot. Whether I stay with this until retirement or whether I just do this and then say, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go back to work from home. What I have done, I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot as a person. Spiritually, on a whole nother level, I've become humble. I was a little bit, oh no, I was a lot. I was a lot on the arrogant side because like I said, make even more money than I made in the corporate life. But you get out here and you see these men and these women struggling to make a living, feeding their family off of this, putting up with some treatment at some of these trucking companies that's just horrible. And you get out here and you see just hard-working, decent American people doing a job. It gives you a whole nother perspective. You can learn a lot out here besides just trucking. You can learn about humanity. Um, and you meet some very interesting characters out here in this industry, and just some of them good-hearted folk, just really good-hearted, hard-working folk, just trying to do the best they can to feed themselves, their family. You see a different level of human, and so you know it's interesting, from even the drivers to the people that work at the truck stops to the people that work in the offices. You get a whole new perspective. You really do, if you're willing to be open to that kind of growth. Um, and that's just on a personal, spiritual kind of level. Um, on a personal level for yourself, you'll gain confidence, especially driving this truck. If you can drive this truck, like my niece, I remember when I went back and I was driving my car, I, she's like, "You drive different." I had a new confidence. I had a new understanding of motoring, of driving a vehicle, and a level of confidence. You'll learn skill sets. It's almost like sometimes you psychic, and I don't like that word, but it's almost being Christian. But you learn how to actually read drivers. Like I can already tell sometimes what a driver is going to do. I can tell when I have what I call a jumper. A jumper, somebody's going to jump in front of my truck, and I know to just kind of put my foot on, just kind of coast a little bit and watch. He's going to jump in front of me. You start learning the behaviors of people. It's really twisted, but it's very, very, very interesting. It must be cold outside because he's got a jacket on. I'm happy I put my sweats on. Anyway, let me go back and read your comments. Hey, son. JJ Gaming, that's my son, Shot-Town. Let me read your comments. So I wasn't ignoring you, but I wanted to get off of my chest what I had to say. Let me read what you have here. All right, so y'all bear with me a minute. I just want to read through our comments. Memphis, Minnesota, Sea Chicken. Okay, see. Okay. By the way, the Infinity truck is a very nice. Q56 is a nice truck. Are you going to drive with your husband? Queen, are you going to drive with your husband? I hope you're still on here. Y'all, I read her comments. She said, yeah, if you don't irritate me. So I'm going to say this. Her name is Diva something. She wears the pink on here a lot. You can go back and watch some of her older videos. She's good, but I prefer her older stuff. I know she does a lot of newer stuff now, but I really like her videos when she first started out. I think it's Miss Diva Trucker or something like that. If you go back and watch her older videos, her and her husband went to trucking school together at Sierra England. I think it was Sierra England. And her husband stayed through the Sierra England school. She had issues with it, so she ended up going over to KLLM. Okay. They ended up driving separately. Okay. Then I know they came together for a time. Yes. I didn't know if he left her. I know she said he was doing something at some house they were getting. I don't know all the details. I know that it did look odd to me, but I don't get up in people's personal business. Gonna be caring. I don't do the whole domestic thing because I used to do ministry in churches and the domestic drama, and a lot of times people like their domestic drama. I can't. There's a point where you just got to get some damn freedom. If y'all ain't mature enough, and there's a maturity level with relationships that both of y'all have to be in, and if y'all ain't in that maturity level, it's a hot ass mess. Um, and some people is just like this. Was it Wendy Williams? They got that all in the news right now. Some people they like their dysfunction. Well, if you like it, I love it for you. I can't. I can't. I've been in my own dysfunction in my 20s. But when you start getting 30, 40, and 50, child, please. Bye, Felicia. You know, crazy as hell. You're too old. You're too old. And when you know you got a dog, you need to go ahead and if it's get the real four-legged dog and let the two-legged dog go. But I'm going to get off my soapbox. So what I would say is go ahead. Nothing beats a failure but a try. Nothing beats a failure but a try. I have over 20 years of corporate background, and mine started out of high school. I've been very blessed. No college. I mean, I have college classes, but I did not complete a college degree. And companies paid to put me through school I did executive training for, was it Chase Manhattan? They sent me to a company called Executive Train to train me to go into management. And so I've been very blessed, and I had a good, hey, Nikki J, what's up, baby? I had a good, I had good corporate career. I did. I mean, and I've done stuff from entry level customer service all the way up into middle management. You know, it's really. I find sometimes what's the girl's name, and I love the way because I follow her channel. Oh, she's hot right now. She just got her own two trucks. Oh, shoot. Oh, what's her name? Anyway, she's talking about being in a corporate job, and she said, no, I wasn't Sunshine. I will say J Rich. I'm doing good, Nikki J. Queen is kind of scared about going into trucking, but has resigned from her company. Was supposed to be going to Swift school and then chickened out. So I'm talking to her. And I have Swift school connections. Well, they asked me to train for them. They asked me to actually become they asked me to apply for an instructor position for them. They did. I have it in an email format. And I said no. I didn't go for it. I did not go for it. But if you do end up at Swift, let me know, because I also have have two decent driver managers. I know I have two decent school. They would be like your student service. Oh shoot, like coordinators. They're like your counselor. So if you have an issue and they place you with a trainer. And then I also have a very good trainer I would recommend once you got ready to do your externship. If you could get with him, he is really good. He's based out of Phoenix. I had to do a refresher trainer and he took care of me. So, and I'm still friends with him and his family, his wife, his mom. I mean, they cool as hell people. I would recommend him. If you could get with him. I don't know, because sometimes, trying to get him, because he is that good. They usually, if they have students that are having problems or struggles, they put them with him. He's good, and your backing will be on his everything. And he's a perfect gentleman, white guy, but he's cool as hell. It kind of get you really would. So hit me up in the background, and like I said, if you can team with your husband for a little bit. I don't know what company he works. Does he work for Swift? I would say do at least your 6 months at Swift if you can, and if he works there, go ahead and team with him. Now, I'm honest, I would not use my husband as my refresher trainer. If you can get you a good refresher or a good trainer, I wouldn't use my husband. J&J. So you want to do your 6 months to a year. If you can, all you got to really do nowadays is 6 months. You actually sometimes don't have to do that, because I got I know one person did 4 months and went to Schneider. I know one of my people on here. He did 4 months at Swift. It didn't. He got burned out on the, on the drama. I told him he got burned out on the drama, and he left and went to JB Hunt. But he's home every night. I think he wanted to be home. He's in Cali. So when you're in Cali, everything opens up because you got the ports there. You can just do port work and make good, decent money and be home. And especially if he's young, so he probably live at home with mama or roommates. If you do that, hell, you can make some decent money and just, it's not always exactly what you make, it's what you keep. Is an old saying. So you can make some decent money and put that away and do quite well. Yeah, I really think it's worse. I don't think it's good to have, when you have spouses train, I don't think that's always the best thing. I don't. Nikki, hold on, is this my Nikki in Phoenix? Is this my homegrown Nikki in Phoenix? I think this is Nikki, you about to be my adopted child. You know how I am. Oh yeah, this is the lease purchase op that I will be doing the interview with. She's on here, Nikki J. So Nikki's the one I'm gonna be doing the interview with. Nikki, so here's what's going on my run. And Queen, don't go anywhere because I still got stuff for you. Nikki, I'm supposed to be headed to Lubbock to drop the load I have right now at the United. We do United grocery stuff. So I'm gonna drop that at our contractor person's yard. Then I'm picking up an empty from that yard, and I'm supposed to be heading up to Tyson and Amarillo. Then I'm coming down to Wilmington, California, and dropping a load there. Normally, what I have figured out from this company is that what they do is they have me come through the border towns when I drop down in Los Angeles. So in Los Angeles area, so they're gonna have me either pick something up from the borders of Cali or the borders of Arizona. If it's Arizona, then I'm obviously gonna be coming through Phoenix. And if I come through Phoenix and I got time and it's not something too tight, then yes, and I always go to Love's. That's where sis, I always go to Love's, homie. And I go to that Love's because I pilot flying job. They be nasty as hell. They do. Although sometimes if I don't have showers and I go in there and I have my cane, they give me a free shower. The people are cool. It's just they truck stops are so not clean. I really want to go talk to Pilot Flying J. They fuel aisles is greasy as hell. One Pilot Flying J in I think is it Dallas area? Somewhere in the Texas area, like Dallas or Houston. Ugh. Ugh. The whole yard is disgusting. I don't even go inside the building. I fuel and leave. So the one good thing is that this company, they don't use the only thing we use is Love's. That's it. We use Love's and Rip Griffin's in Lubbock. That's it, which is now called Yes Way. That's it. We don't fuel nowhere but Love's. Okay, yeah. So I'll hit you up if I'm in town, because normally me and I'll try to hook up with Joe or my niece and them, and I might do a shower there. If Love's, because that Love sometimes getting the shower could be an hour wait, depending on what time you get up in that bad boy. But yeah, I'll let you know if I get in there, and then we could do that interview real quick. I wish you was out here in Lubbock, because homie, this trucking company right here, I don't see a problem with you getting on with. I wish you was out here in Lubbock, and he just bought like 16, 17 new trucks. Yeah. When I went back to the yard, and I had only been here, my truck and the truck next to me, I'm 421, there was 422. I came back a week and a half after doing my run, and there was trucks 435, 439, which meant he had purchased 17 new trucks. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm sure maybe he might be trading some drivers out in the new trucks, but I also think he is up in his fleet. And he told us he's getting a new terminal. Anyway, he's building a new terminal not that far. So right now, treatment's good. I mean, there's stuff I'm still learning about this system. Like I said, it's a little bit antiquated because it is small and it's more country. He's still doing these damn trip packs. No scanning. Because my check was nice, but it would have been real nice had I added on that last trip. But it was nice. It just wasn't as nice as it could have been. But yeah. How cold is it? Hold on. I'll open this door. I'm supposed to be doing laundry. So like Vacation for me is huge with this company. So like he did tell me, oh, after your 34-hour reset, go pick up this. Well, had I known that that was what was going to happen, I would have reset in Albuquerque, and then I would have been rolled into into Lubbock today. But instead, I'm limping my hours trying to get the load in, opposed to resetting with it. So that's okay, but it's all right. Yeah, it's not bad. Let me go back and talk to Queen here. So Queen, try it. You've already left your job. You can go back if necessary. A Nigerian trainee that I had, she had worked for Wells Fargo. Okay, um, she left her. She was in their accounting department as well. She left that job, and I think she was managing it from because the lady was. Don't get it twisted. She was special, but I know when a sister's intelligent, and that woman was smart as hell, highly intelligent. She was making spreadsheet programs through her cell phone for stuff. So don't ever, and Nikki's in here saying stuff too. Go ahead and give it a shot. It's like me and Nikki were talking about, she did lease purchase, owner op, own authority. And you may have some regrets in aspects of it, but how much did Nikki, you learned a lot from that. Did you not learn? She's got more knowledge probably on this industry than I have and some other folks because she has gone all different routes with it. Nothing beats a failure but a try. And the reason that statement is true is because you should be learning. Even if you fail, you learn from it. Even if you succeed, you learn from it. And sometimes what we deem as failures aren't even failures. It's really, man, I could be up on here for a minute. See, yeah, there's no regret because you learned. You learned. And it's given her a skill set and a background. I tried doing the lease purchase and I may do it again. I tried doing a lease purchase at that company. I hated the truck. I didn't like some of the treatment as a lease purchase. I want freedom. If I don't have freedom, I might as well be a company driver. If I tell you I'm going to reset, I'm going to do a reset. I want a certain type of truck. If I didn't have that. The industry is flexible, right? There's so much you can do. Like right now, if Nikki says this, what she's doing right now, she don't like, I was going to tell her, honey, contact, what's the name of that? First Fleet. I think it's First Fleet. It's the Phoenix bus system. What I wanted to do if I stayed in Phoenix, I wanted to drive the damn light rail. Let me be able to get a job at light rail. I'll be right back to Phoenix, Arizona. I wanted to drive the light rail for it. That to me is the cake ass job. You lock yourself in that damn little thing and drive on the tracks. Stop at your stops. It's a union job. Good benefits. When your time is up, you get off of it and you go. Now, where you do have a problem is you do have to clean up sometimes. So if you get them drunk ass people who throw up, you might have to clean that up. I don't know how they have it, but they have like a biohazard thing because I watched one of the people do it and I was like, wow. But the bus system, there's bus drivers making 100 plus a year on a city bus. A lot of people, y'all. One of my friends, her mother retired from a city bus out in Cali. Okay. When they retired, they came out to Arizona, bought a fat crib, and I don't look at how can I put it? It's just like you told me you drove the Q56, which I know is a very nice vehicle, which I know means that you have probably a very good job because Q56 is a nice truck. I know the Infiniti Q56, which tells me the status of what you probably were making. But my friend's mom, they were rolling. Bus drivers, city bus. Both her and the stepfather. Fat crib up in the mountains. Australia Mountain there, Nikki. I know you know where that's at. Up in Australia Mountain where that park is at. They bought a fat crib up there. Had a Beamer and some other stuff. They went, and I'm not saying for me that kind of stuff, I'm not a statusy person. So like for me, once my money is back up, I want a truck. I want like me a Toyota truck or F-150. I like the big. I like obviously now driving a truck. I want a good hauling truck. I want to be able to hook my damn truck to an RV and go down the road when I'm retired. That's what I want. So it doesn't have to be what I call the more yuppie or bippy type vehicles. I want trucks so I can haul my RV and go fishing and camping and travel around. That's what I want. I can take my house kind of with me. And then I want to have a small piece of land with a small home on it, where when I want to go home, I have somewhere I go home to that's permanent. That's the goal if God lets me and we're on this planet long enough. But yeah. Yeah, I like the Dodge Ram diesel. Girl, look at here. And they just as expensive as some of the damn like higher echelon cars like your Infinity. I mean, your truck you can pay 50 plus thousand for, and man, the Toyota, some of them Toyotas, whew, I just love them. Love them. I want the dual bed, the extra long bed, and the dual cab, all that stuff. Yeah, I know. And the diesels, I love the diesel ones. I'll probably get a used one, but I like that. I like that. And I like old trucks too. Don't get it twisted. I like the old like Ford trucks. I like all that. I like that too. And brother, when he got his shower, I ain't mad at you. Look, his hair is combed now. But yeah, so don't be scared. So for any of y'all thinking about getting in this industry, do not be scared. Go on and nothing beats a failure but a try. All you gotta do is try. And a lot of times, even if you feel like what it is a failure, it's not a failure. It was just some lesson for you. I've learned a lot from when I first started in this industry. I left, went back into a corporate life, came back because they told us in trucking school it gets in the blood, meaning that there's a point where it's just the only thing you really want to do. It's like my dad. My dad, he thinks what he wants me to do is have like a regular corporate job, come there so somebody's cooking every day because he don't want to cook, and then come look at him and probably help him out with some money so he can continue in his foolishness. But that's, like right now, that's why I said, I can go ahead and do my reset here, and then I'll head out tonight and be in Lubbock because it just didn't make any sense. It didn't make. I was cutting my reset too close, and what I really want to do is I want to be able to go in there, get what I got to get, and bounce. Oh yeah, and Swift School's always open to you. So yeah, hit me up in the background. Probably hook you up with Corey. You're in Memphis. What do you want? You want to do the container fleet, or what do you want to do when you get to Swift? So the driver managers I know are Reefer, the two that I would recommend, and so they can base you out of California, and they'll get you home wherever you're at. That's one thing about Swift. Swift will always get you home wherever. It doesn't matter where you're at. They will get you home. And those two ladies will keep you running. And one of them, she's dedicated. Well, she has a dedicated account for McDonald's, but she does other stuff. Reefer pays the most right now at Swift. It pays the most money, but you're going to put up with some shenanigans, but you kind of, in my sense, that's a good growing part for you. You're going to put up with broken trailers. You're going to put up with things you need to look for. And that's the best learning experience, is to go in. That's why I said for a starter company, as you get experience, it gets old. But once you learn, you'll learn shortcuts. You'll learn quick fixes. I mean, there's things that I know how to do now with a trailer to get to where I need to get to, that most people, if it was in perfect condition, you wouldn't learn. But if you go out here and deal with all that broke down pieces of crap that they got, some of that stuff they got at Swift, you're going to learn how to make some stuff work and make it legal to get by and get up the road and get done. You're gonna learn a lot. I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't matter what Swift or Werner. It's gonna be the same thing. Most of your big boy companies, they don't take care of their equipment at the level that some of the smaller companies do, with the exception that Conway did. But Conway had their safety guy had set up an established program that their equipment was always maintained quite well. Whenever you stopped into that home terminal, they not only inspected the trailer, they inspected the truck. It didn't matter if it was a lease truck or a trailer. They didn't play. All of it was inspected. Your fluids were topped off. You get in with Prime, that's the hell where I would have went. Well, I'm going to ask you, why didn't you go to Prime? I mean, Prime to me would be the top company training place first. I'll go Prime first. If you can get into Prime, that's as a female, and the reason I say this, and I'm not knocking Swift because Swift is the company. They are my starter company. They're not my first starter company. My first starter company was Werner, and then I switched to Swift because my experience with Werner wasn't good. And not saying Werner's a... Sorry, guys, got a message from my sister. Oh, well. She did okay with the training part as far as a refresher. She already had 18 years of driving. but she had been off of OTR for a long time, so she had to go back out for the 250 hours with the trainer. But her experience once they went through trying to get her truck and all, that was just mass drama. And she was going to be reefer side too. Um, and not knocking them, but your first top choice to me would be, I would try Prime first. The training is what I've heard has been phenomenal. Get through their program, do your 6 months to a year with them, and roll out. Now, the only thing is they are going to require you to get your license in because you don't have DL already. They're going to require you to go and get that permit in Illinois, I believe, or hold on, Missouri. I think it's Missouri. All right, Nick. I'll be calling you later. Matter of fact, Kizzy said I don't think she got your message or whatever. I have no idea. I'm gonna shoot your number over to Kizzy so she can talk to you. Because I didn't do that. But yeah, so I'll be talking to you later, kiddo. All right, Nick. Me and Nick gonna be talking, y'all. We're gonna do that interview because I definitely want to hear what she says because it's some good information, and I think we need to start hearing the truth about good, bad, and indifferent experiences. Um, but yeah, Queen, I would go ahead and apply for Prime too. Now, if you can't get into Prime, then yeah, Swift is not. I don't think Swift or even Knight. Knight and Swift are the same companies now, but Knight runs supposedly they run very separate, but they're working on getting Swift to kind of where they're at and how they run. Knight is another option. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what all. I don't know, but because Knight has their school, I started with their school. I forgot what their school is called, but they got their own school. Swift has a school. I think Warner has a school. All those starting companies have school. I think Prime is more picky. They're a little more picky. They're getting in the door. They're very. And I work for Prime. I just know that I've interacted on here with just listening to some of the Prime trainers and drivers and trainees. But once you get in the door at Prime, who to hit up on the, if you get on there and hit me up in the background, I'll let you talk to D-Boy Stan. She went to Prime school. Another two ladies to talk, maybe if they'll respond, and they think they usually respond pretty good, is Nick and Carla. They both went through Prime training. Matter of fact, you can go watch some of their older videos. D-Boy Stance in the background, you can go to her channel too. She's a part of the 411. She actually went to Prime school, and so she could give you the details of it. And then she did her year at Prime. So what I liked about Prime, or at least what I can tell you that I like as far as what I see looking from the outside in, they're very women-centered. I like that. And so what I mean by that is that they're a company that really, they focus on drawing to the industry. And I like that. I really do, because this is still a very male-dominated industry. And so I like the fact that that seems to be a primary focus of their company. And then they have, it's kind of corporate, but and you'll probably appreciate this from your corporate background, and you know what I'm talking about, where they have organizations that promote women being more involved in the industry. Matter of fact, I met one of their chair people or whatever who's part of their women group trying to recruit me over to Prime. My thing is that here's my fear, which I just have to look at my body. Prime does have an extensive physical, and it goes beyond the DOT physical. So the standard DOT physical, which you should have already, I think you should have done for your permit. I think you have to do it for the permit. I don't remember. Your standard DOT physical is you piss in the cup, they're testing for drugs. They're also checking for sugar, for diabetes. They check your hearing, they check your vision. Sometimes they check and see if you can bend, touch your toes, if you can squat. They do that. It's routine, check your blood pressure, okay? That's a routine DOT physical. Done, okay? Some companies add what I call aerobics. And being 400 pounds, I'm not, and plus have fractured an ankle, I'm not at a point of aerobics anymore. And until I can get this weight off, I'm not going to be going to a company where I got to be climbing on ladders, climbing up into tables. I can go under the trailer. I can scoot across underneath the trailer. I don't really climb in and out of the back of the trailers anymore. If I put my load locks in from the dock, after I fell off and fractured my ankle trailer, I don't do it anymore. It's too dangerous to me. And yeah, so now I usually walk with sometimes I have my cane with me. I just tell the dock people, hey, I'm gonna have to come on from the dock. I have my vest. I'll put on whatever caps they ask me, and then they'll let me put my load locks in from the dock. I have no problem with that. Climbing in and out of the trailer, I don't do that anymore. No. Or if they have like the ladders you push up to the trailer and you climb up, I do it that way. Swift does hair follicle test now too, because Night does it too. So if you do the Swift, you are going to have to do the hair follicle test when you get there. It's no longer piss in the cup at Swift. I'm going to let you know that now. So if you can't, and that's another thing for any of you guys who watch this, if you have used anything, I had a person who used a pain medication, and they went and it wasn't theirs. They took it from a relative. If you've done that, you need to don't go to anybody who does a hair follicle test. You will, because that will then go on the DOT record. You do not want that to happen. Matter of fact, go watch Scooby Doo. It's a brother, he's a driver, and he talks a little bit about this. If you have not been clean, you do not want to go to companies that do hair follicle tests. Hair follicle tests go back far. I don't know how far, but they go back far. If that's an issue for you, then no, don't go to Swift right now. You want to reach, well, I don't know how far it goes. I don't know how far it goes back for the hair follicle test. Contact, and she might know, I don't know. Contact Heidi Hart. I usually, well, if you hit me up on the Facebook, I'll send you her information. But I haven't put on my links below because I got to go back and edit. Once I get home and take some time off, I'll go back and copy all the links in. But Heidi actually was a fleet manager for Conway. She now has a service where she places drivers. So she could also help you with that and or free trucking school. She's been talking about free trucking school. I don't know all about the free trucking school. I can't answer that question, but she's been talking about free trucking school. So she could probably help you with some of that. I don't know. But you could ask her how far the hair follicle test goes. I don't know how far back it goes. 6 months might be good enough. I don't know. I don't. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. I've never smoked anything in my life. I've never used anything other than drugs that are prescribed to me. I've never used any stuff. Now, my father, that's a whole other story. He done did a whole bunch of craziness. Some of my relatives, but not I, said the fly. And I ain't judging nobody. Everybody has to go, like I said, everybody go through their own journey. You don't have to do reefer. Swift, and then Swift, by the way, has they have a flatbed division. They got reefer. They got container. Flatbed, reefer, container. Yeah, they got those three. They also have a lot of dedicated stuff, so you could also look into some of the dedicated runs. Okay. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I can't tell you. So I have no lies in marijuana, and also have it for medicinal purposes. In the trucking industry, it's not. You cannot be a marijuana user and drive a truck because it impairs you. And I did a video, I think, talking about this. If you are using any kind of substance, it doesn't even matter if it's a prescription med. Like I'm on a high blood pressure med. If that blood pressure med came up on a DOT list as something that would impair me while driving, they would make me talk to my doctor and get me switched to something else, or I could not drive a truck. It doesn't matter if it's prescription or whatever. If they feel that they know it's a known drug that can impair you, you're done. You're done. This must be a new trucking company, Bill Davis Trucking. I'm just starting to see him, and they got some really nice trailers and trucks. I've been seeing that lately. But yeah, but you want to get out here because I'm gonna tell you probably within the next, if the Lord let the planet be around this long, in the next 10 years, drivers are going to be the driving industry is going to be impacted by the automated truck. I'm 100% positive of that. It's going to be just like Walmart. When you go to Walmart now, and you remember how I used to have all the registers open, and now they got like two people, and then they forcing you to go through that self-checkout. That's what's eventually going to happen in the trucking industry. Once the automated truck is up, Georgia is already going to be creating a specific lane for trucks. So What I'm telling people is get in here, make your money, and then be ready to roll out. Or you're going to have to go back to school because you might be one of the drivers that would sit in a truck and just monitor the truck, kind of like an engineer does for the railroad, or a pilot, pilot who has a plane, they can put the plane on autopilot. But they have to monitor everything in case they have to take over. Same idea. Yeah. Well, it's that. And right now, the other issue is it's a shortage in the industry. So, to now resolve the shortage crisis, let's go ahead and do the automated truck. And it resolves the shortage. It also will eliminate jobs for those truckers that are out here. But the biggest part is going to resolve the shortage. But a lot of the industry is the treatment in the industry. And now, if I don't have to worry about a human being, but not only will it cut jobs, the thing is, people aren't realizing it's not only going to cut jobs here, it's going to cut jobs in the offices. Because if you don't have to manage people anymore, everything's automated. You don't need a lot of people to run automated systems. It's what it is. it's a trickle down effect. It's not going to be good. I mean, it's not going to be good for jobs. Dustin he has was it Andrew Yang, who's trying to run for president. I don't think he'll get in as president, but he's got some really good interpretations of things going on financially right now in America. He's got some really good interpretations of things going on financially in America. So one of the industries he talks about is this trucking industry. Actually, I just watched a video on it this morning on Facebook, which was quite good. He went out with a trucker and was talking to him, because what's going to end up happening is these jobs are going to get cut. And then and for those truckers who are going to be in the industry, they're going to have specialized training in order to monitor whatever the new, dash system is. So it could be a good door for you, because it may open other doors based on your corporate background and your level of intelligence. And I'm not trying to knock and say truckers are unintelligent, but I'm saying that you have a background where you've already dealt with a more computer-based environment. And so transitioning to an automated system and watching it monitor, it's just like watching computers and monitoring them. That background will definitely help you if that's something that opens up. So you'd be like an engineer for a railroad, but instead you're now like the pilot of the truck. You're watching all of the mechanisms, and then if something goes up wrong, you already have a CDL you can take over. I still believe there's going to have to be a person possibly in the trucks for a while, but there's going to be specialized training. Some people are going to be able to do it, some people aren't. But yeah, so yeah, don't let this scare you. Don't, is it going to be scary initially? Yeah. I tried to, like the girl who was she had accounting from Wells Fargo, the Nigerian girl. I tried to stay with her, even though she rolled down the mountain backwards and a whole bunch of other stuff. But she was so busy with her cell phone. That was what's important to you. You have to get off my truck. We'd already had a discussion. So if you're not going to listen, you got to go. So that's kind of what ended up happening. We had two fingers. But yeah, anyway, y'all, I got to get off. I'm going to go do some laundry. I need to go get me something to eat. And then get back over here. But you'll be fine. Hit me up in the background of Facebook. And if you do Swift, let me know. I can link you to Heidi on there, and you can inbox her and ask her that question about the hair follicle. I don't know how far. I know each company pays. I do know the hair follicle is going to possibly become the standard under Trump. It's going to become the standard thing under Trump. So anyway, y'all, 2 and 2, be blessed. I'm out. Queen, it was good talking to you. Also, everybody, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and share this video out. Peace.